I have a very interesting personality here. Her name is Ms. Nissa. I welcome Nissa. She is Executive Director of World Trade Center and also Joint President for 13 plus WTCs in India. She is a very inspiring woman for all the other women. I request to share her thoughts and also give us more insights on how we can develop these women entrepreneurs. I welcome you, ma'am. Thank you.
Organization does. I represent World Trade Center India. I'm the head of the World Trade Center India Services Council. I'm also a board member of the World Trade Center Association, representing India on the board. And my job is to facilitate trade and business between India and the rest of the world, and the global world. That is what my job as a World Trade Center head and as a board member of the World Trade Center Association is. So when I started in 2011 with the World Trade Center Association, we looked at India as a very emerging market for the World Trade Center and the world, and we looked at India from a perspective that how we are going to be contributing to the global trade. Today, we're the third largest economy. It doesn't need much to be told that we're very progressive. We have a lot of political might also. We're standing politically very strong, socially, globally, everywhere. We've got a very good image in the world as India as a country. I'm present, my strength is that I'm present in 330 cities in 120 countries. And what do I bring for India? I bring the access to 330 cities, 120 countries. And this access is for business, is for trade, is for growth, is for revenue. And how do I do that? I work with the government, so a lot of policy advocacy, consulting. I work with the Chamber of Commerce and I work with trade organizations. We work with corporates and businesses, whether they are large corporates, whether they are small corporates. We're instrumental in even working with the NGOs and the foundations and the trusts. We work with individuals and professionals and service providers. So I'm a complete platform which is related with trade and business globally. And India is one of the major countries because we are the third largest economy in the world. And in India, we work on the government initiatives like Make in India, Smart City, Amrut, whether it's infrastructure development, Make in India, Digital India, Startup India, and various other initiatives and schemes and policies. But my major, when I look at the major role that as a World Trade Center that I do, is working at the grassroots level, it is working at the mid-level of the business community, and it is also working at the higher level of the community, of the business community. And when I'm talking about the business community, what I mean is we work with Fortune 500 companies. There are cities where some companies only expand where there is a World Trade Center. That is the power of the World Trade Center. When the first World Trade Center started in India, it started in Mumbai in 1978. The second World Trade Center, and which you would be very, very happy to know, was in Bangalore. The World Trade Center Bangalore was the second World Trade Center of India. Then there are now 32 World Trade Centers in India, so it's a network in itself. And very recently we're set up, the World Trade Center Association has set up a regional advisory council for Asia Pacific, in which 2 of the representatives are from India. So out of the 5-member board in the Asia Pacific Council, 2 members are from India, 1 is from Manila, 1 is from China, and 1 is from Australia. So India is strong, right? And that is what we have to do, make India more stronger. Coming back to what the government, the role in the facilitation, the role that we play is of a facilitator. of enablement, of enabling the businesses, whether they are large Fortune 500 companies, whether they are medium, small MSMEs, whether they are startups, whether they're accelerators or just starting incubator companies. That is the focus that we work on. Those are the people that we work on. When I came to Bangalore very recently, it was just a couple of months back, and I had come through, because I work a lot in the stream, as a World Trade Center and as an individual also, I work on employability and entrepreneurship. So that sustainable livelihood, when it comes to the grassroots level, we have the World Trade Center has an initiative of sustainable livelihood. So for that sustainable livelihood, we do a lot of, we create a lot of employability opportunities. We don't create employment opportunities, we create a lot of employability opportunities. That is human capital development, so Skill India. So working on Skill India initiatives. And these skilling initiatives are spread across the 25 sectors of Make in India. So very comprehensively that we are working in creating employability. Similarly, we are also creating entrepreneurship, and this entrepreneurship is also categorized in MSMEs, startups, and incubators. That is how we do that. How we are actually comprehensively working at each and every community and at each and every strata of the Indian business community. And across India, and this is not just limited to wherever the World Trade Center has its physical facility, has its physical presence, but it is also working in cities where the World Trade Center does not have a physical presence. The ideology that the World Trade Center has adopted is largely from the concept that we, as a Muslim, that which I follow and which we have taken from Quran, is the hub and spoke policy. So if we want to have a larger access to the entire country, how do we do that? So we have certain hubs, certain cities where we are going to be having the World Trade Center physical offices, marketplaces. I would not call them offices, I would call them marketplaces. Because when I look at Noida, I'm looking at an industrial park which is spread across 5,000 acres. When I'm looking at Bangalore, I'm looking at 350 acres of an office space and hospitality and an integrated development. We have few new World Trade Centers which are also part of the free zones or the SEZs or the special economic zones and also the industrial parks. So globally, we are actually spreading the World Trade Center in a very larger marketplaces. We are creating much larger marketplaces. So a couple of months back when I came here, I had come with another organization called IDO, which is an alliance for education and empowerment and development in the Muslim community and for the underprivileged, not necessarily for the Muslim community, but for the underprivileged community. And I happened to meet the vice president and the president of MIA. And that is how the journey of MIA and World Trade Center started. I was very impressed with the facilities that were with the MIA, with the members that they had set up, with PIA's industrial park. I was very impressed. Considering that I come from Kashmir, and the industrial parks that we have do not have access, do not have proper roads. We have to struggle, the industries have to struggle to reach to their factories and their industrial areas. But to see such a developed and a well infrastructure was very impressive. And that is when the collaboration between MIA and World Trade Center, we thought of that collaboration. And the principle and the pillar of that collaboration is collaborate, collaborate, collaborate. Obviously, that is what we do, that is what our strength is. But in other than the collaboration, it is also about encouraging, empowering, enriching, and enabling. That is the 4 E's. That is what the 4 E's that we would be bringing to the community, to the industrial community, with the strength of MIA and with the strength of the World Trade Center. And the World Trade Center's strength is access to market, like we know that 330 cities, 120 countries, but it is also in India, through the World Trade Center India services, the access to money or the access to funds, the access to the investments which are required by the entrepreneurs, and also the access to mentors. So we call it the 3 M's, access to money, market, mentors. So the collaboration between MIA and what we are hoping to seek is the 4 E's, that is empowering the community, empowering the industrialists, the businesses and the MSMEs, enabling them, empowering them and encouraging them and enriching them for business, for trade, for investment, for growth and for revenues, larger revenues. That is the objective of the collaboration between MIA and World Trade Center. In addition, being a woman, I'm often involved with empowering women. But actually, I do not like to say that I empower women, because women are, I firmly believe that we women are absolutely empowered. We do not need empowerment. We do not need empowerment because we are empowered because we are educated, because we have all the rights and the privileges. Where we need empowerment is about knowing our rights and privileges that are given to us not only by our religion but also by our laws. That is that access to knowledge, that access to that education of the rights is something which would help empower women more. Though when we are talking about empowerment, women do not need empowered. We are completely empowered. What we need is an encouragement from you men in some areas which is of educating, of encouraging women to get educated further. That is what is going to empower women more further. And with MIA, I'm very, very happy that we've got 84 women who are already empowered and who are also helping the others. Very recently, I was hearing Osho. A friend actually introduced me to some of the teachings of Osho, and in which the crux was, and I told my friend, I said, this is what Islam teaches us, that Islam teaches us deen, dunya and akhirah. And when we are talking about deen, we're talking about spirituality, we're talking about us, because it is an individual relationship that a person has with God. That is the deen that we are talking about. So it's a very personal journey. But when we are talking about dunya, we're talking about a dunya wherein we're talking about everything, whether about eating, about food, about livelihood, simple words. In business terminology, roti, kabda and makan, we're talking about that dunya. And that is about what we're talking about, the race, the life that we are living. And we're talking about akhirat, that is about the deeds that we do for others, that is about community. What are we doing for others? What have we done for others? So, when we are looking at the empowerment, I think that empowerment is largely about, about that journey that we are taking about. And it is not just limited to women, it is actually cut across even men. That men also need to be empowered when it comes to deen, dunya and akhirah. And that is how we have to live our life. So as a World Trade Center, if I have to again take the crux of it, this is what we are doing. We are facilitators, we are enablers. I am an enabler. I don't do anything. I really consider myself the laziest person on this earth. And lazy persons are always the smartest people because they find other people how to get the work done. So I'm a very smart but lazy person. So I collaborate. So I facilitate, I enable. That is what my job is. That is what the World Trade Center does. That is what, as a representative of the World Trade Center, I do. And that is what the collaboration between World Trade Center and MIA will be. Collaboration and enablement. So thank you very much.